the elephant in the room needs to be addressed first.
Is the co-main event this Premier League winner?
Who gave you that information?
Is this Leicester footballer by any chance got a second name of...
Fuck it, man. Yeah, it does. I'm fighting August 31st. JJ might be not, but I'll fill in. All right, I will be fighting.
Hello and welcome back to Season 2 of Misfits News. I'm still your host, Ben the Bane Davis, joined, as always, by my co-host, BL. And today we'll be giving you the latest exclusives, and a very special guest joins us later in the video. But before we get into today's news, BL, how are you?
It's good to be back on Misfits News. Season 2 is officially here. And in today's episode, we're going to be addressing the KSI fight. We are hearing from Danny Aarons himself about his upcoming fight and new opponent. And we're bringing you the latest Misfits updates.
Now, BL, the elephant in the room is, of course, the rumors circulating around KSI's upcoming fight. There seems to be a lot of potential issues with X Series 17.
It's a lot of speculation right now. People are saying KSI's injured, he's pulled out, Anthony Taylor's pulled out, Slim has pulled out. However, there's been a lot of words said from all these fighters as well. That being Slim has just dropped a video. AT has made several statements. I don't know, Ben, what are they saying from right now from what you're seeing?
Adam Saleh has gone on public record stating that KSI withdrew from the 2v1 bout due to injury. Adam Saleh is, of course, pretty well connected in the scene and has close relationships with a couple of the individuals within this fight. So that's what he is choosing to put out into the universe. Anthony Taylor publicly stating, for those asking me if the fight with KSI is in jeopardy, I'm completely in the dark about whether I'm fighting KSI at this point. Personally, I'm keeping disciplined. I'm keeping professional. I'm staying ready. Misfits do a great job, and I'll be ready to fight for them, whatever happens. So what he is telling the world is that one of the people in this main event is not aware of the status of it, which is deeply concerning to hear. Like, if you're a fan, if you're someone that has bought tickets to this event, if the guy at the top bill is saying verbatim, I'm completely in the dark about whether I'm fighting KSI at this point, not even paraphrasing, not even embellishing, that's just exactly what he said, certainly not good to hear. And then the additional nail is everything Slim Albaher has been saying. I mean, the Hitman has been so vocal. Like, I don't know if anyone has been banging the drum as much as Slim on this fight being off. Multiple tweets about the fight getting canceled. Like you mentioned, dropping a YouTube video titled, "My Fight with KSI is Canceled." Like, it doesn't get more definite than that. So if two members, right, if the entire tag team of this main event, one of them is completely in the dark and one of them has been actively saying the fight's canceled for many days and has put up numerous posts on social media about it, it really casts a serious skeptical light on whether or not it's going to transpire, BL.
Absolutely. And I do wish I could give you confirmation of what's going on. But the problem is we do not know. I think a lot of the people behind the scenes do not know what's going on. And it is chaos. That we can confirm. Right now, there is something going on. We just can't confirm to you where. But what I will say, Ben, is I am certain that we're going to get an update real soon. It's just a shame to see it so last second to this event.
Yeah, so the best we can say and provide is keep your eyes peeled on the Misfits socials, because there will be a quite definite announcement that is coming soon.
Well, although everything may seem dull to you right now, Ben, the KSI fight is not looking likely. However, I have some good news for you, as Danny Aarons is going to come in and he's going to tell us about a replacement fight he's been given. So let's bring him in onto the Misfits News booth.
Please welcome in the first guest of Season 2, great friend of the channel. It's Danny Aarons. Danny, we're so pleased to have you.
Thank you very much, man. Mate, it's a pleasure. It's an honor.
I think you might be the first repeat guest. I don't know if we've ever had a person come back, so this is big news. But let's start off with the obvious. Bevo, that fight's been called off. Could you share some details on what happened?
Bro, I don't know, man. I don't know. No, honestly, I genuinely think it's legit. Like, obviously, there was speculation leading up to it. Oh, is he going to pull out or whatever? I personally thought Nah, man. Why would you? Because it's a great chance. It's a great reason to get back into the social media world. And it was a big opportunity. I genuinely believe, especially as the weeks have gone on, I think he got injured, man. I don't think it's an excuse, it's a cop out. I think he genuinely got injured. I'll be honest, Mams like messaged me, was like, bro, he's gutted. He is absolutely so upset. So I don't think, like, no excuses in it. Like, it happens, mate. Boxing, you train hard, you get injured. Do you know what I mean? The game's the game, man.
Is that something that maybe, and obviously we'll get into potential existing plans for August, but would you be entertained by a Bevo matchup down the line when he's healthier?
He would have to earn it. And that's not me being like big-headed. I genuinely think, right, now this is crazy, but stay with me here. If I have 2 free fights, I win 2 free fights, he does the same. Boom. It's the KSI versus Jake Paul, but with some extra chromosomes. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think it's a great, like, there's a storyline there. Do you know what I mean? We had beef before and it never got settled. So I think if we both win, or if we both lose, then we can do it. Do you know what I mean? But if I win and he loses, if he does plan on stepping in the ring, I don't think it makes too much sense.
Immediately. That's fair. Yeah, the trajectories, if they come together, make sense. A couple last questions on Bevo. When we did that sit down face to face, God knows if it's ever going to come out. Probably not at this point.
I'm
unfortunately,
fuming, man. Tell the people. I had him fucking stirring, Ben. I had him stirring and shaking, and no one will ever see it, man.
We have to release the Danny Aaron's cut. That's the real
Snyder cut. Yeah.
Yeah. But what was your kind of first impressions when you got the chance to sit down and just see him 3 feet across from you?
Bro, like the same as what I thought it would be. Just a guy that is in here for money, a guy that he's not thinking of the long term. I won't reveal too much, but I've had people in his circle tell me, like, bro's not thinking. He's not thinking about the long term. He says, oh my God, I'm fighting this guy, money. But then what? What happens when you lose and then no one cares anymore, you know? So he was very short term thinking. I don't think he was like nervous, because I feel like he knew the outcome, but it was a weird one, man. It didn't feel like we were about to have a boxing match, and I guess apparently we weren't, but I was thinking so, you know.
My last question on that is, if you guys were to face off, let me put a hypothetical, you were to match up August 31st, how would that fight gone? From what you saw of his boxing footage and everything, tell me the round, tell me the game plan now that it's over.
Come on, don't do this to me. Everybody that was going to watch the fight, everybody in the arena, everybody at home, they all knew the outcome. I don't know what round, because I didn't know, like, I said on the face-to-face, look, I know I'll win, but do I want to show if I can actually fight, or do I just want to bang, done? Do you know what I mean? I was flirting with the idea of just, pump, pop, 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 pop. But then I was just like, would be quite satisfying just to knock him out, you know. But I think we said round 2 knockout, so I can show my style in round 1 and then get it done with. But it would have ended in a knockout easily.
And hey, maybe down the line that does come to fruition. But we're done talking about the past, Danny. We're done talking about what could have been. Let's get into what is potentially occurring. You've come forward saying that Mams gave you a list of people that you could fight. What are some of those names, out of curiosity?
Without revealing too much, it was so the way the Bevo fight came to, is it fruition? Is that the word?
Fruition, yeah.
Is it fruition, yeah?
Wow, Danny, you're getting big words now in.
That's a big Scrabble word.
That's a big word.
Let's
go, Danny.
Right, no, so the way the Bevo fight came into play was I got given a list and I picked Bevo from that list. And then the list I've just been sent was the same list without Bevo. So
Any
if I was
names,
picking, bro, when I tell you, if I say these names, you will not know. And I don't want to air it out to disrespect them, because if they see this, they'll be like, what do you mean? I'm like, do you know what I mean? So
yeah,
if I picked Bevo from that list originally, you can imagine what the other names are. Like,
and Bevo was that top, most like recognized.
The other one was Ben Davis. The other one was B Dave.
Who? B Dave called me out and then retired the next day. What the fuck, man? What the fuck?
Scared him, Danny. You scared him.
I love B Dave. That would have been the battle of the mullets. But maybe in another life.
Was the co-main event one? So that name wasn't more esteemed than Bevo.
Yeah, it was. So that wasn't on the original list. That was Mam saying, okay, look, I understand the list is bad. Let me cook. Bro came with, oh, boys, this would have been an unbelievable. This would have been 10 times bigger than Bevo. I said, you know what? Let's do it. It's a lot bigger challenge, a lot bigger risks. And then it came back, oh, he won't be ready.
Is it someone that was already in Misfits, or would they be making their debut
as well? It would have been a debut as well. Never fought before. And it would have been fireworks. I won't say the name because obviously it's, I'm sorry, boys, but it's a potential fixture for later on.
Later on down the line.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
if you don't say the name, maybe let me figure it out, Danny. Let me figure it out.
All right, you know what? I'll give you 2 guesses. And
Two
if
guesses,
if
okay.
you get it, I will say yes.
Am
Okay,
I right
hold on,
by
so-
saying? Oh, whoa. Okay.
Well, hold on. Time out. Let's game
Time
plan,
out.
BL.
Okay,
Don't
okay,
fucking waste
okay.
our guesses.
Relax. Relax. Will you think
Two
between
guesses?
yourselves?
Yeah, for the co-main event. Okay.
Never
BL,
fought
I'll let you
before.
go first.
Is the co-main event this Premier League winner potentially that played for Leicester City? Is this the right one? Am I on the right lines?
Who gave you that information?
I think you did, Danny Aaron's, on your
What?
stream.
I never said Leicester.
Where's
did you
this
get Leicester?
Leicester footballer by any chance got a second name of Simpson?
Fuck it, man. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
Danny Simpson versus Danny
I'm
Aaron's.
fighting him. I think I am. I don't really know. I think we've both agreed.
Yeah.
We're just waiting. I don't know what we're waiting for, to be honest with you. But yeah, I think it's happening. I don't know.
But that is crazy. So your reaction to that then, I mean, that, like you said, is significantly much more of a challenge.
So it was a weird, like, you know, oh, I've trained this much and I'm potentially not fighting, or I'm fighting someone that isn't really going to make any moves. Bang. Mams hits me up. Bro, we got an ex-footballer. I said done. I didn't even have to know if he's trained before. We've done research. Now, this is bad. But yeah, as soon as I got offered it, I just said yes. I've now done some research. He's been training for 4 years.
Oh, brilliant.
But that's fine. I don't care. Right. The previous opponent, I fight him. I win. Yay. Right, well done. I come in there. I beat an athlete. Bro was an athlete for God knows how long. I reckon a decade. Trained for 4 years in boxing. Surely then that's making.
Surely
a
then
little
you
bit of
face Jake
movement.
Paul next at that point.
Bro, I'm doing the Jake Paul route. Do you know what I mean? I'm 22, fighting 37-year-olds.
Basically Nate Robinson.
Honestly, no, this is how it starts, mate. This is how it starts. I can't wait.
Is there any footage of this Danny boxing? Like,
Hey.
have you looked at tape of him?
We've got some good stuff. I'll be honest, like, even when it was like Bevo and he was releasing like footage, I don't really care. Like,
Yeah.
the same with me. Like, if I'm releasing pad work, who cares? Anyone can hit a pad. They don't hit back. Do you know what I mean? So like, I've purposely not released any sparring clips. I've really wanted to, but you know, that's as close as you're gonna get to a fight.
Yeah.
So unless I get sparring footage of him, I'm not really too bothered. It can look good on the pads. It's not really relevant, you know. Same if I look good on the pads, I could be awful in an actual fight, you know.
I want to up the antics a little bit. Can I put a little wager for you, Danny? Obviously,
Okay.
yourself being, am I wrong by saying you're a Tottenham fan?
I am. Yeah.
Never seen a trophy. Am I wrong by saying that?
Okay. No.
Yeah. So
Sure.
he's got a Premier League trophy. If you win this fight, can he let you touch that Premier League trophy or something along
hey,
the lines of?
How about if I win, I get the trophy. If he wins, he gets the YouTube plaque.
I think that's very fair.
They're both gold, innit? And he ain't going to get a YouTube plaque, and I'm not going to get a Premier League trophy. So I reckon that's a good wager.
That's a very fair wager. I mean, it's here first. Misfits News.
Some might disagree on the fairness of the wager, but I like
Why
that.
not? Getting a million
Be the
subs
same
is harder than
achievement.
winning the Premier League.
You heard it from Danny Aaron's. Now, I want to ask you, because of this change and the football nature now of this matchup, could we see Wayne Rooney in your corner? Do you think you could get Big Wayne in?
The thing is, I was speaking to him the other month, which is such a mad sentence. I was just speaking to Wayne Rooney, but he said, hey, if he's free, he's going to be there. So maybe if he comes, I'll be like, you know what? Get out of the chair, get in the corner. Because that would be, that would be great.
Do you think that there is a possibility that he's going to get in there and fight? I know the KSI rumors were running around a couple months ago, but
Mate, he should, because I'm fairly sure he's been boxing since like, 11, 12. So like, he will surprise people, but I don't know. Mate, it is a massive like commitment. I mean, he is just, I'm fairly sure he's now like a manager for like Plymouth or something. So he's got other work committees, but he'll probably be sacked in like 6 months. And then, yeah, why not get in the ring, man?
Sounds like a fantastic manager to me, you know. Last time we saw him boxing, he actually got knocked out in his dining room. So hopefully we see him in the
BL, come on. That is
man.
fucking
There's
low.
no need for it.
Out of the Girth and Tove boys, do you see any of the other boys interested in jumping in the ring?
Ginge has spoken about it, man.
Ooh.
But this is it with Ginge, is bro, he loves his job. So whereas like I've kind of slowed down on streaming. If you told Ginge not to stream for a day, he'd lose his mind, let alone what I'm going on like 6 months now. So he's just so like committed to his cause. That it makes sense and it doesn't make sense for him. Like maybe when he slows down like me, if he ever does, bro might just keep going for a decade or whatever, but he has very much spoken about it. I think like it just makes sense. Do you know what I mean? That is a pay-per-view star right there. But it's just if he is committed enough where I don't know if it will be worth it for him right now.
I mean, that would be a pay-per-view.
Oh.
You main, him co-main, or vice
No,
versa.
no,
like
no.
that.
Him main, me co-main.
Did it in the Man United Stadium.
All right. I was just. I do want to ask though, right? On that note, what other sort of names or friends have you spoken to or that have expressed to you, like, hey, I'd be interested in getting in there?
Right, like a lot of this is the issue is a lot of them I can't like give you any massive names because no massive names have asked me. But like I don't understand people's thought process when they're like, yo, I want to start boxing. How do I like get in contact with Mams or whatever? And they're just wait. Like they'll just wait for Mams or just whatever to randomly come about and be like, oh, do you want to fight? Why not just train and then you're ready? So they're waiting for the other side to be like, oh, do you want to do it? You should already be doing it. You know, like I started training before I even knew I wanted to do this. I just wanted to do it. So I'm kind of prepared, you know, but no massive names, just a few of my friends, they want to jump in. I think, mate, the more the merrier, innit? Just get them all, man. Like, let's just have a load of YouTubers again. I miss that side of Misfits Boxing.
That side, Joe Weller.
That was glory days. The glory days.
That talking about Joe Weller, I mean, that is again the fighter that keeps getting brought up attached to you. There was that face-off in the Among Us game. Yes. What do you make of this matchup at this point?
Bro, it's so annoying because every time I see him, I just like him more and more. Like he's actually like, I never hated him. I've always liked him. But he's so sound. But like, this is like, it's definitely the route I want to take. I want to win August 31st, call out Weller. But like when I say call him out, it's not like, no, fuck you. I'm going to smash your head in. It's just like, look, he is the founder of influencer boxing. And I feel like he should be at least involved. Like, you know, I think he should be headlining shows, but at least worst case scenario, he needs to be involved. Do you know what I mean? Like he needs to be there at least in the crowd or whatever. Like this guy started influencer boxing and he's just kind of been left away, you know? So we need to get back in the ring.
Yeah. Let me pitch this to you, Danny Aarons, before we get into that. Is obviously if this fight with the Premier League player does not happen, Danny Simpson, he says no. Maybe you have to take on Theo Baker, August 31st. Oh, God. What do you take on Theo Baker? Then you go to Joe Weller.
To be fair, he's fit. He is like he does like triathlons or whatever, but I don't want to be rude, but I think he will know what happens. Like there's nothing personal.
He's a prime athlete. You just said
he is. No, he is. He can run. Doesn't mean he can hurt me.
Maybe run away in the ring.
Yeah, he would outwork me if he could just keep running away until I pass out. Probably.
I'm curious. Have you spoken directly to Joe about the idea of a fight? Have you guys had the chance to just
bro, it happens every time we see each other. We're like, hey, we still doing this? Yep. That's just what it is. We both spoke and we're like, look, it's nothing personal. It's two people that want to get in the ring, have a fight, cool. Afterwards, shake hands and move on. Like it's nothing, doesn't have to be anything serious. This is why like it's a messy game, this like boxing thing, not just influence boxing, but just boxing in general. I don't like all this trash talk. I know it sells and it's what you're supposed to do, but you saw it with Bevo. I just can't be bothered. Like I can't be like I had ammo. I had ammunition. What did I say? I didn't say anything. I just can't be bothered. Like, it's not me. I just want to have a few scraps just because I think it's fun. I don't want to go in there and seriously hurt people. I know that is a possibility, but I'm not like, I want to take his head off. I just want to have a few fights for entertainment, you know?
It's a Tom Aspinall approach, right? It's the nothing personal. I just think I'm better, you know?
That's literally it. Like the same way, he called out John Jones, like, hey, nothing against you, but I'm better. That's what I think to Joe Weller right now. You know, that's my call out, I guess.
Well, another name that always gets brought up, even when I look at the message, everything, all the comments, when I bring your name up, Tennessee names gets brought up. When can we expect her to get on the card with you?
The answer is whenever she wants. Do you know what I mean? Because she's got so much going on in terms of like just work or like everything. She's on it. She's active. She works hard. So like me, I've kind of like taken a step back from everything. I don't need to. She doesn't need to. I'm just doing like she's already got her fight out the way. You know, she done what I'm now doing. She dropped everything to have a fight, and that's what I'm doing now. But she doesn't need to do that again. The same way, I'll be completely honest. If I go in there, I get my head chopped off and I bloody get round one knocked out. I'm gone. I'm never doing this ever again, mate. I'm going back to streaming FIFA opening packs. Like, simple as that.
Which I think is, I mean, that's the candid and transparency I
Yeah,
always
of course,
respect.
man. Why not?
I do want to ask though, like, does the idea of competing alongside Tennessee on a card, when you visualize that, like, is that something fun or would be worth doing? Yeah.
Like, I think we discussed and we were like, not for my debut, like not my first fight, or if it was her first fight, because then you kind of want your partner there for support. You know, you can't really support them if you're also in a different dressing room, hitting pads or whatever, mentally preparing yourself to fight someone. So I would much rather, like, so my fight, she's in the crowd supporting me, or her fight, I'm in the crowd supporting her. But if we both have a few fights, we're like, hey, why not? Let's experience something different, fight on the same card, you know?
Yeah, and you make that walk. It's less stressful maybe being in that dressing room, and you can sort of
That's it, man.
handle that more. I hear that. Well, to transition a little bit, one of the big talking points of the last few weeks has been KSI's rumored fight. Have you had the chance to see him recently?
I ain't got no idea what's happening. I'm nervous. I'm scared. Because between us and whoever's watching, if 13,000 people have paid for tickets to watch KSI and they see Danny Aaron's instead, I'm fucked.
They're happy. They're like, I'll pay more.
No, I'm fucked, mate. I ain't done nothing, but they'll be like, I didn't fucking pay for this shit. I want a refund. It's not my fault. I've got no idea what's happening. I don't know who's pulled out. If anyone's pulled out, I don't know. Mate, this is it. I was saying to my stream the other day, I thought, oh, you know, I'm signed to Misfits now. I get the leaks because I'm a fan. I didn't know anyone on the same card as me fighting. I found out who was fighting when Mams announced it. I thought it would be so cool that I'd get leaks and, oh, maybe I could tell someone. No, they don't fucking tell me nothing. So I have no idea what's going on with the main event. I want to know, but I've got no idea.
Yep. I feel that.
Yeah, we know. There was a lot of controversy around KSI's fight. Obviously, a lot of people were calling it a gimmick. And when they did that comparison with Jake Paul, they're saying Jake Paul's taking more that traditional route and KSI's doing these gimmicky fights. What did you actually make of his fight with Anthony Taylor and Slim?
He doesn't need to do it. He does not need to do it. I genuinely, like, you know, I like Slim a lot. So I've always been saying KSI versus Slim, I feel like is the last ever influencer KSI can like justifiably fight. Do you know what I mean? Like, apart from Slim, even it's a stretch, but I feel like KSI Slim would have been fine. There was no need to do a 2v1. I understand, like, you know, it gets people talking or whatever, but I think the 2v1, if it is cancelled, it's kind of good. JJ doesn't need it. Bro, he fought Tommy Fury. He needs to fight people like that, and he can fight and he will fight people like that. He doesn't need these stupid 2v1s. I think whether he's realized that and been like, actually, I'm not doing it, or he's just pulled out, or Slim or Taylor or whatever. Do you know what I mean? But don't get me wrong. We say all this. We're watching it. We're watching it. We're buying it. We're going there. Like,
well, we hope.
No matter what. We were. But yeah, no, it's like, no matter what, we can talk as much as we want. We're still all watching it, you know? So it is what it is.
Let's say, hypothetically, the fight does not transpire. What would you then do with Anthony Taylor and Slim? If you were in charge, how would you maybe salvage that Dublin main event?
Easy. Just make them scrap each other, innit? I never understood how they were on the same tag team when they were literally beefing each other on the fight, like press conference or whatever. Just, make them scrap. I don't know. Would that be the main event? Probably. Yeah, tag team turned rivals. Why not? It's the best out of a bad situation, isn't it?
Well, the last topic is, and I want to move on from all this influencer boxing because there's a serious topic here, Danny, at hand. There was an England Euro final. They lost against Spain. Can you talk me through what that was like, seeing Kane trophyless once again?
Bro, I just wanted to see Kane with a singular trophy, man. Mate,
you'll never see it.
I would die happy if I just see this bloke touch a trophy. I don't understand. He's got some sort of curse. I don't know what's happening, but hey, the World Cup 2026. That's when
England
we win
fans are delusional. They're delusional. It's coming home every time.
We're winning the World Cup. We don't care about the Euros.
Well, Southgate just got sacked. So I'm offering you the job as the England manager. Are you taking it? And what's the first thing you do as the England coach?
I will take it, my friend. And what I'll do, I call up the Jed Spence. Do you know the Jed Spence? Plays for Tottenham. I call up the Jed Spence, and that will win us the World Cup.
That's the difference.
Trust me. We needed the Jed Spence. It won't make sense to a lot of people, but the real football fans, they will know what I'm on about.
Makes perfect sense to me. Yeah, definitely clued in on all that. BL, any last words or questions for one Danny Aarons?
Danny, I'm going to give you the platform here. Speak to your fans. Give them any last words or exclusive if you fancy it, and we'll sign off there.
Boys, I'm fighting August 31st, all right? JJ might be not. but I'll fill in and I'll make sure your money is worth it, whether you bought a ticket or you're buying a pay-per-view or whatever. I'll try and make it worth it. All right. I will be fighting. There was a little bit of speculation, but all the hard work was not for nothing. We're stepping in the ring against a former footballer, a current athlete. He's been training for 4 years. I've been training for 6 months. It's going to be a good fight, and we will win. Wash.
I love it. Mr. Reliable, Danny Aaron's always welcome in the Misfits News booth, and I am sure that we will see you back very soon, sir. Have a great one, and we'll see you in Dublin.
Thank you, sir. Can't wait.
Well, there you have it, BL. Some breaking news on Misfits News. Danny Aaron's confirms that Premier League winner Danny Simpson is the new name following Bevo's withdrawal from X Series 17. Boy, that fight has gotten a lot more exciting.
Although it doesn't replace KSI, I tell you something, it gets me more excited. And it excites me the fact that Danny Simpson has years of experience in boxing. So it's a real test for Danny Aaron's now. Now I don't know whether Danny Aaron's will win or will not. And I think this perfectly sets up the Joe Weller fight if he's able to get over this hurdle.
Imagine Danny Aaron's knocks Danny Simpson out in the first round. That would be bonkers. I think the social media explosion that could be created on August 31st is fantastic. He's a superstar. Danny Aaron's could be a pay-per-view headliner. And with a victory against a guy like that, nothing's standing in his way.
The battle for the Dannys. Who will come on top? I guess we'll find out soon.
Well, the world of Misfits has been quite busy this week in a lot of different regards. Let's start off with B. Dave's retirement. The man with the mullet, the crab daddy, sets the gloves down, says he's going to focus on YouTube and really hammer in on content creation, which is great to see. I will provide that ducking Ben the Bane Davis is a hard move, and I think it casts a tough light on his career as an influencer boxer.
Well, he saw you win that fight against Most Wanted and went, I don't want this smoke. I'm out of here now because I don't want to take another loss on my record. It's a shame to see because the crab daddy was a staple of the scene. He did the innovations the scene wanted to bring in, and he came in every time, and he brought us memories we will never forget. So if it truly is a retirement, it is sad to see, but hopefully we can see that tag team versus him and Pineda because I don't want to miss out on that.
Yeah, and it's crazy to think that he was at the epicenter of some of the most historical moments in Misfits history, right? Some of those tag teams, some of the Survivor matches, the Misfits manner, and the entertainment that he provided, and all of it, in-ring, out-ring, was special. I know that he was literally fighting, I think, on X Series 16 or X Series 17. Like, he was going to be competing in August. That fell apart. I know he had a fight in July that was signed, sealed, and dealed, and then that fell apart. So, like, I get his frustration. I get if he's annoyed that, yo, I'm training for these opportunities and they're not coming to fruition, so therefore I'm not making money. Like, I get that annoyance, but I believe that this won't be the last of B-Dave. I think we'll see him again.
Well, switching gears slightly, Chase Demore is posting all over social media as he usually does, and there seems to be something quite dangerous, an injury that looks like he has a massive hole in his leg. Now, we can't show it here, but I'm telling you, is he going to be okay to fight? Because he's got an upcoming fight.
Was he shot? Like, what happened? Was he attacked by an individual with a firearm? What is going on with Chase Demore? If that's what he's dealing with and he's still gaming up to fight, props, because that looks like a crazy injury. And I don't know if it's like that serious. Maybe he shouldn't fight. But Chase Demore is going to do what Chase Demore does.
Oh, I'd love to see Chase Demore in Misfits 16. I think it's going to be fantastic if we could see a clash of heavyweights. I think that's what the fight night was missing, is a clash of heavyweights on Misfits 16 in Miami. It'll be good to see the GOAT back. And then, if he wins this fight, surely the fight with Roman Fury is the only logical fight next.
Or run the rematch. You know, I think Tempo Arts is right there waiting for a good challenger, and they had a closely contested fight. So if Chase Demore competes at X Series 16 and is victorious, maybe you slap him in Tempo Arts on X Series 17 for the title. You never know.
Main event it! What name no one likes us to bring up is Jake Paul. Now, we have to bring him up because he did some pretty interesting call-outs and he had quite a good performance. Ben, what did you assess of his last fight?
That's where I'm going to start with. It was a solid effort. Mike Perry, the face of BKFC, I think was 5-0, 6-0 inside that promotion. Yes, his traditional boxing is not that great, but he is known for durability, right? He is a former UFC competitor, and I believe he was the youngest or second youngest guy that Jake Paul has competed against. So this was a good test and a good challenge. This reminded me of the Jake Paul fighting Anderson Silva category of opponent, and he outclassed Mike Perry. This was great. I think everything that Jake did was fantastic. I only have issue with the call outs, and then this inevitable showdown with Mike Tyson that they keep trying to inflate and put in front of fans?
Let me start off with that Mike Tyson fight first. I think this fight with Mike Perry has shown us how that Mike Tyson fight's going to be. Now, I know there's still delusional fans that think Mike Tyson's going to win. As much as I love Mike, as much as Uncle Mike was one of the greatest boxers of all time, he is not prepared now to get into the ring with someone who is 200 pounds plus training every single day. He has serious power. This has been shown through knocking out Mike Perry. Yes, it was a stoppage. However, Mike Perry, as we just said, has a chin of absolute granite. And I do not believe Uncle Mike has that in his locker still.
It's just, what do you gain? I mean, what does anyone gain from Jake Paul crushing Mike Tyson? And the first thing that idiots are going to respond with is money. It's a great financial opportunity. It's going to make money. Yeah, but not everything that makes money is good. And I mean, for Mike Tyson's health, him and his team should really be against him competing against anyone, let alone Jake Paul. Jake, you keep talking about being a boxing champion. I'd love for you to take steps further in that direction. Again, I'm sorry, but I don't believe your words if you keep fighting people like this. So that's it. I mean, Alex Pereira as a call out as well. Come on, BL. Like, this is, again, not something that's realistic and not something that really does much.
Well, it's not realistic, but be sure if that was to happen, I'm tuning in because Alex Pereira's left hook would send him into the shadow realm if that fight ever happened.
Oh, completely. And like, honestly, if Alex Pereira, again, who's 37, I think 38 years old, not exactly the youngest guy, retires from the UFC and wants to go make a ton of money by boxing Jake Paul, fine. I think it's a far better fight than the Mike Tyson one. So if that occurs, yeah, I'll probably be tuning in. What an episode. It is so good to be back for season 2 of Misfits News. As always, I've been your host, Ben the Bane Davis, joined by my co-host, BL. We will see you at Fight Week in Miami for some very exciting on-tour episodes that you're not going to want to miss. Make sure you get your tickets to X Series 16, like, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you soon for Misfits and DAZN X Series 16 in Miami.